Commission meeting. Roll call.
Commissioner Zarita. Here. McCoy. Here. Sharif.
Yes.
Chairperson Brown.
Yes. We'll now proceed forward to public comments on agenda and non-agenda items. Mr. Robert Ray is no longer in attendance. Mr. Holyfield.
Good evening again.
Good
I want to
evening.
wish each of you a happy and a prosperous new year. And I'd like to say that a few things I really wanted to get done during the year, so maybe perhaps we can do them at the beginning of the year. One of those things I'd like to get done maybe next week, in a couple of days, rather, that I've been asking a department head to take care of, and it wasn't done. As you know, we have no Christmas parade, we have no lights, we have no banners, we have no nothing. But there are lights around the palm trees on Alameda, Long Beach, and Central Avenue. It's been there for years, and all they have to be is cut on, or perhaps repaired. I did ask the person in charge of a department to take care of it. He said he would, and he had not. So I did bring it to the attention of the city manager. So perhaps we can do that. And also the light on Wilmington and Greenlee, and particularly because I feel that something maybe happened there again. And we have a school, a lot of young people, and since we care so much about our youth, we would put a light there and disregard whatever it costs to do it, a left-hand turn signal. Those are the things that the people of this city really want done. And we need to do some things that the people can really see. And another thing, I just feel that we need more unity. We need to present a better picture to the world up here. That's what we need to present. Each of you need to think about that very carefully, because Compton, by the way, in 1952 was an all-American city. It can still be called all-American city. It's qualified, by the way. I've researched that. But to be an all-American city, we have to get rid of this ghetto look. We have to come together and get things accomplished. We shouldn't be always at each other's throat where it seems to the world. And I know you don't want to hear me say that, but it seems to me that we can do it, and we must do it. We have to protect our children. We must do that. And then we need programs, and we have, like the youth baseball situation with Mr. Pickens. Why don't you work with him? We used to have many programs for our youth. Work with them. Give them let him use these parks. He's experienced. And he's come up here and he looks at the city attorney and he looks at everybody and he gets no help. And the community don't like that, by the way, because those are our kids. They don't like it. Work with him. If you need some help, help him. And with that, have a beautiful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Holyfield. Mr. David Irons.
David Irons, resident of Compton. You was talking about the stuff being dirty, the city being dirty and stuff like that. Put the people that go to jail on community service so they could clean up the city. That's simple. I worked on that Compton Creek cleanup a couple of times. I was volunteer. That's the only thing I've said. I'm a volunteer. Everybody else was pushing their agenda, but I said I'm a volunteer, and I recruited some people. But put these people on community service. Don't put them in jail. Let them clean up the city. Some people say, well, I can't go into that neighborhood. Hey, have the sheriff look out for them. That's what they do. Just put them on community service. I'm still upset about losing my phone, 213-858-6811. Man, you just don't know how many people that is important to me. But put these people on community service. And he was talking about these commissions. You put a person on the planning commission. They don't know how to draw a house. They don't know how to build a house. They don't know how wide a street is. They don't know how. You appointing people to stuff they don't even know about. That's why I always win when I go to these commissions, because I've been drawing for 50 years. I know my stuff. Can nobody tell me I don't know how to draw? I know the codes. I've been up here and recited codes to you before, because this is what I do. I've been doing it for 50 years. So when you appoint somebody to a position, you don't appoint somebody to be in a position he don't know nothing about. They need to study something. They need to learn. You know, what I do is what I do. I have real estate license. I know how to build a house, and I know how to draw a house. So this is my expertise. I know none of y'all want to hire me, but you probably can't afford me anyway. But or don't want to afford me. But I draw it all over the place: Beverly Hills, Torrance, Long Beach, Linwood. All you got to do. But this is my resume to you. You do the research. I'm serious. I know how to draw. But my problem is I'm obsolete. I deal with obsolescence because I don't know how to use a computer.
Thank you, Mr. Irons. Ms. Joyce Kelly?
If you read what Urban Community Development Commission is, and then it tells you you receive $150 max, is this a hoax? What is this on the agenda? It's for software, but it doesn't say for what or whether or not it's pertaining to housing. First off, why don't you get some no littering signs and post that fine like it used to be in the 60s and 70s. You have to fix Compton Boulevard. Looks like a third world country. I've been saying that for at least 10 years. So you say you come here to make changes. There's the change. We are going to have a Christmas parade next year. Why can't we celebrate Dr. Martin Luther King's birthday? I know it's rather late in January. Or the city's birthday, Juneteenth, or everyone's holiday, the 4th of July. We're not going to celebrate no one other country's birthday except our own. So get that through your thick skulls. I don't care who is making promises to campaign for you. This is it. Tyna McCoy, I think Compton Creek is your project. They're dumping Christmas trees over there. And when those trees, you know what's going to happen when they dry out. People like fire. So if you don't attend the meetings for UCDC, you don't get paid. So we need to know if you've been receiving payments for the meetings that you have not had. I know some of you say you only receive $600 a month. But people, let's get it together. We need, no, not we, because I'm not going out there to fill any potholes. You need to find a solution to where those potholes don't come up when it rains. I know it hardly rains in Southern California, but drive any street through the community or the main streets, and you will see the potholes that were filled last year, they're up, because I had you to fill some on Burris, and now you can't drive along Burris between Compton Boulevard and Rosecrans without dodging, and that is unsafe for the people. Get together, use our money correctly, and the programs and the events that are going on over there in that Dollar Hyde Center are occurring without any of you knowing it. And who's giving it? And where's the revenue? Where is the report from those activities that are that are going on over there? They took poinsettias out off the desk last Saturday when they had an event. I know because I put the poinsettias on each side of that counter. So you know what? Theft is wrong. Handle it.
Thank you, Ms. Kelly. Ms. Lynn Boone?
Lynn Boone, City of Compton. I know you've already voted on it, but the Happy software, I just wanted to question the terms and conditions. I checked with the other cities that they serve, and they don't have a term and conditions like they do here in Compton, where they say that they have the right to change or add to the terms and support at any time. And they can delete, discontinue, or impose conditions on any future or aspect of support. They can do whatever they want to do. And, you know, even the dollar amount. But then at the end, they say that, but Happy determines in its discretion to be reasonable when they make these changes. But this term and condition does not apply to any other city that they give support to. And, you know, it's just sad that whenever anything takes place in Compton, not anything, but the majority, it's just always exceptions for us. And I just wish we would start paying more attention to items and issues like this. Because I'm still questioning the Walmart that's coming. That building is over 60 years old. And councilperson in District 1, I've always been to where I said that you should question things because that's part of a councilperson's job sitting up here. You know, it's good for council people to make suggestions, but it's in our charter that we don't have dictators and that the power of the city is vested in all of you, not just one person. So when people were making remarks because of councilperson in District 1 not agreeing all the time that was wrong, and now the tables have turned because they are noticing that everything that one person is saying is not really what is best for the city or what is best for the people. So I appreciate you, and the people actually appreciate it as well, along with councilperson in District 3 and 4, now that you guys are reading and paying attention. Okay, thank you very much.
Madam City Clerk?
Approval of minutes.
Any amendments or discussion? Roll call?
Commissioner Zarita.
Yes.
McCoy.
Yes.
Sharif.
Yes.
Chairperson Brown.
Yes.
Item number 2 under new business is a resolution of the Urban Community Development Commission acting as a Compton Local Housing Authority, authorizing the interim executive secretary to approve the issuance of a purchase order to Happy Software, Inc. for software use license and maintenance support for Happy Software modules in the amount of $10,689.
Second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Commissioner Zarita.
Yes.
McCoy. Yes. Sharif.
Yes.
Chairperson Brown.
Yes.
And you're at commission comments.
Commissioner Zarita?
Just one quick request to the city manager, since it was mentioned by the speaker. With the stipend compensation, I have kind of questioned many times about the money that was budgeted for the salaries of the council and the mayor that we have not received in almost a year now, but it still is a reflection of it in the budget. We've never reallocated that money, or so if somebody was to pull our books, like the DA or somebody, it still appears that we're receiving those stipends. So we need to correct that in the budget and reallocate that money or take that money out of the category of salaries and stipend compensation for the mayor and council. Thank you.
Mr. City Attorney?
Yes, I wanted to, there was another comment regarding this body, and the commission or compensation is determined by the state. It is $75 per meeting, maximum of 150, and it's tied to attendance. So the compensation doesn't come when there's no meeting called.
That's for this
For
meeting.
this one.
Right, but if
And
you,
I'm not-
yeah, because if you look at the budget, the money has never been redirected, so it still appears in the budget as council and mayor compensation.
Commissioner McCoy?
No comments.
Thank you. Commissioner Sharif? No comments. May we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Roll call?
Commissioners Arena?
Yes.
McCoy?
Yes.
Sharif? Yes. Chairperson Brown?
Yes.